Hello, everybody. Welcome. I wanted to start today off with a collective reading for this week. Today is June 2nd, and we have another big planetary shift about to happen with Jupiter. Jupiter will be moving out of Gemini and into Cancer on June 9th. So Jupiter is now moving through the very last degrees of Gemini. And so we may be having experiences with how we communicate with one another, how we interpret each other's words. You know, we can all use the same words, but the meaning behind those words may be a little different for each and every one of us. And can you read in between the words, right? The sign of duality, Gemini. Jupiter has been definitely giving us an expansive experience on the duality on this planet while in Gemini. It is the sign of the twins. So there's just so much that is being churned up so that we can gain the wisdom, gain the knowledge, gain the understanding of this passage of Jupiter in Gemini before it moves into the sign of Cancer. And whatever area that falls in your chart is where it's really going to be specifically highlighted. So Jupiter in Cancer, we are going to be working with issues and matters of family and our emotional, how we feel comfortable with certain people that may not be our blood family, but this is soul family. This is retrieving the soul family while Jupiter is in Cancer. Emotional intelligence, I'm hearing, but also emotional support and feeling safe to express our emotions. So, but before we get into that passage, we are still working through Jupiter in Gemini, the duality, the twins, and our communication and our mind, how we interpret words that are used. And you may see the other side of the coin is what I'm hearing at this point, where somebody may have been communicating or saying something in a manner where you took it one way, and now it's flipping over and you're understanding it in its oppositional or in its maybe true fashion, I'm hearing. So that's very interesting. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well. This is a reading for this week, June 2nd through, let's say, the 8th, just before Jupiter moves into Cancer. We're going to start the reading off with the Starseed Oracle. It's interesting. Oh, okay. I thought my incense went out again. I also hope that you all weathered the solar storm of yesterday. We had an extremely high intense geomagnetic storm from a coronal mass ejection from the sun, and in some areas of this country and maybe some other countries too, we were able to see, I personally did not see, but the auroras from this geomagnetic storm. Potent energy. There was a lot of various energies that I picked up floating around yesterday. And I know that does sometimes affect our nervous system and our consciousness and certainly the physical body. So just take it slow, take it easy, take good care of yourself if you're having extreme symptoms from this geomagnetic storm. Sleep disturbances for sure, but also just anxiety, nervous system disruptions, and it affects our personal electromagnetic field as well as Earth's. Anyway, that wanted to be said, and I certainly felt it. It was very potent. Let's get into the reading for the collective this week. What is the message for us all for the week of June 2nd through the 8th? Get a little bug flying around here. What is the message for us all? Thank you. Strong message coming through. Surrender to the sweetness, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. It is important to take time in our busy days, in our busy, mundane, day-to-day activities to stop and smell the roses is what I'm hearing. Stop and enjoy what brings you pleasure. Surrender to the sweetness. As life is speeding up, as the energies are really kicking up, you can feel very out of sorts and get swept up in this energy if you don't ground, because we don't have a whole lot of earth energy to help keep us grounded. So getting out in nature, barefoot on the ground if possible, and really just connecting with nature. That'll bring you back to your natural frequency. Surrender to the sweetness. Make love to life. Very important. You know, we humans are only here in these physical bodies with these physical personas, as me being Paige and you being you, for a short period of time. And why are we wasting that time? What are we wasting that time with? Are you surrendering to the enjoyment of love, of life? Oh, of love. Are you embodying the energy of love? Like I said, when it's all said and done, and it's a blessing in disguise for those of us, myself included, who have had near-death experiences. We have an understanding of, a short understanding of what happens when we turn into or leave the body. Sorry, a little distraction. When we leave the body and touch into I'm hearing the afterlife. I don't like to use that word, but the more, the all, and the everything. When you start to have an understanding of, like, I am a part of everything and everything is a part of me. And what I've been actually spending my time and energy doing has been, of course, we're here to learn lessons too, but when we stay in those lessons for longer than we need to, we're wasting our precious energy and time. And we understand that at a deeper level. Okay, sorry. Had somebody come in. I think it was my son. Message for us all. Yes, of voices. Which, by the way, I have to say, it's so interesting because whenever I have a really important or strong message coming through, whether I'm doing one-on-one sessions with somebody or I'm doing a recorded session or anything, my son comes through, and he's a Gemini. He's a double Gemini, which is so interesting. Oh, here we go. Okay. So, important message. Okay. Okay. The overall energy for this message is the Seven of Voices. And this is all about our perception. Again, that Gemini energy. How are you perceiving yourself and others or your situation? I'm feeling that at one time it was in the reverse, where everything appeared to be dark. People appeared to be playing games with you and messing with you, and there could be like fear tactics, manipulation going on. But in the upright, you see that that was all an illusion. That was all in the mind. It was all in how things were being perceived. So in the upright, there's clarity. There is also a bridge to some beautiful light here. Oh, interesting. And my light turned off. So we may, let's see if I can fix it. We may, and if not, that's fine. We'll just read in the dark. We may be having a turn, a flip of how we're perceiving something. Ace of Voices, first card out. Clarity, clear thinking, new perspective I'm hearing. And see the wise owl here? Something is shifting. I feel like memories are surfacing yet again with new perspective, new understanding. The Empress here. Divine feminine energy, not gender, but energy. New perspective on the infinite possibilities that we could potentially birth at any given time. What have we actually been creating while we were in this energy? That's the lesson, the Hierophant. That's the lesson, that's the path, that's the understanding that when we perceive things one way, yeah, 8 of Emotions below that, finally walking to higher ground, leaving emotionally leaving a situation from how it was once perceived. And with Neptune and Saturn squaring together, that is breaking illusions of the mind, breaking even potential fantasy, like being in fantastical land. Neptune is the stronghold here, but Saturn is Saturn's sort of bringing things to a grounded form with this conjunction. Did I say square? A conjunction, working together. So whatever had been perceived in the past as being one way, again, is now flipped around, and you're seeing it in a new light. In the light, surrender to the sweetness is the message for this week. Take your time and try not to jump to conclusions, I'm hearing either. Know in your heart, drop into your heart and the body. Get into the body. What is your heart saying? What is your gut saying? And are you picking up on the truth of the situation? Finally, I'm hearing, interesting, the owl. The owl sits high on the tree to see what most cannot see, and can see in the dark, can hone in on its prey and swiftly swoop in. The owl is able to see in the dark. And I feel as though that's what's arising. What was once in the dark is now, the lights have been turned on. So take time to integrate and process everything that is changing for you and surrender to the sweetness of life. That is the message for us all. I hope that you found this to be helpful for you. I'm sending you all so much love. Take care. Bye.